Hang on. You gotta get. Well, wait for the finger guns. Come on.
I'm not looking at the finger guns. I'm looking at the show notes.
Right, but there's a delay between starting the broadcast and it actually kicking in. So just pause for a second.
Well, it's in now.
Yeah, we've talked over the pause. We're live and disorganized now.
Yeah, so you can start any time now, Kelly.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Slamfire Radio for episode 255 for May 3rd, 2018. I'm one of your hosts, Kelly. Guess what? I'm back.
Hi, I'm one of your hosts, Brian, and I'm not wearing pants.
I'm Trevor, and I'm also not wearing pants.
And I'm Angel, and I'm back, and I never left.
And you're wearing pants, aren't you?
I'm one of the only people wearing pants on this show. Jeez, I didn't know this was a pants optional show.
Pantsless.
Huh.
Yeah. No, that's just a given. Pants are optional. Yeah.
I'm not sure why, though, Brian, you decided to just throw that out there like that.
I am the ruiner, Trev. So I thought I'd start off.
I'm just trying to follow the thought process in your mind where you decided people need to know what I have or don't have covering my legs.
Well, nobody can see.
Yeah, well, there's that. But Trevor now has the image in his head, so he's going to be uncomfortable for the entire show.
Yeah, and this is me working my way through it to try and get over it, right?
And sometimes it's just better not to know.
Well, yeah, but he went into exactly. So why tell us, right?
It's more fun for me. That's why.
Anyway, so then I had to tell the world I wasn't wearing pants, but in fairness, I am wearing pajamas, so nobody needed to know that either.
You can go to Walmart.
See, I didn't say what I was.
What I was for the Campbellton Walmart, Kelly.
Do you have some hip waders too?
That's not here. Look at a map.
It's in New Brunswick, right? So your neighbors are being flooded?
Yeah, everybody's just a block over. It's a small province.
Yeah. It's only 4 square blocks, the entire province.
It's pretty bad, actually.
Yeah.
And Justin, it is going to be a good one. He's saying
make sure,
I've rage
Kelly, you said it is a bad one. Please, for the love of God, make sure you check in on Facebook to let us know you're safe, even though you live 3 hours away from Fredericton. I was wondering about your safety, so please keep doing that, people. Please checking in, because the death toll is about the same as it was last time, 0. So be sure to check in.
All right. So,
guys. Have you checked in, Trevor?
No, I haven't checked in.
Are you safe right now? That's why you're upstairs, right?
Yeah, I'm in my safe place.
Flooded.
Yes,
you're out of your moments away from death.
Yeah. How is your gun room? Is it dry?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Up on the top floor of his house, yes, it'll always be dry. It have to be a heck of a flood where Trevor lives if his floor in his gun room is getting wet.
Yeah, ironically, there are people that live at a higher elevation than I do here in Campbellton that have flooded basements. I live at the bottom of the hill. My basement's good. Whatever.
Okay.
Apparently, water flows up in Campbellton. It's like the reversing falls.
I don't know.
There you go.
Okay, so why don't we do What We Did in Guns? What We Did in Guns this week is brought to you by the Calgary Shooting Center. It's Canada's premier firearms retailer. Right now we have Alcans on. Did we do this last week?
Nope.
Lanyard. Not Alcan.
Alcans. The C79A2 3.4X sight with ADR. Or ART. Did you miss me?
An Alcan.
It's an Alcan.
It's an Alcan. Alcan C79 for $1,800.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian, you're amazing.
Thank you. I've noticed.
$1,799.
Yeah, $1,800, Kelly. We can round up in our head.
Yeah.
The retail queen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Okay, so Brian, who keeps throwing me under the bus every week, why don't you tell us what you did in guns this week?
Well, I thought of a lot of things to say about you not being on, and it was a wasted effort since you're here.
Yeah.
So.
In fairness, Adriel wrote that list, not Brian.
Yes. It was fun.
Yes, I did. and the list is for any one of us who skips. It's not...
It's cross-functional. I thought, you know what? I'll make one for Kelly, but it can be used for anyone, really.
Yeah. You think you're the only one that can get chased by zombie llamas? It's not about you. It's about the hosts.
That was a good one, by the way.
I was gonna just tell people
I did survive.
I was telling people you were still stuck in that lineup at Tim Hortons that you were whining about a couple weeks ago.
Oh, don't get me started.
No, I'm not. So stop, please. Okay, so okay, so what have I done in guns? Hey, new lighting for the podcast.
Looks good.
Yeah, a little less glary, a little more even. Do you guys approve? Adriel, it works for you? Okay,
much better. Yeah,
thank you. I'm trying to make it less.
Not as good as mine.
I liked it better when you were dimly lit.
Thank you. Well,
you're welcome.
Inside, still pretty dim.
Yeah, but now I get to look at you better.
Well, close your eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that because you're going to be doing some more reviews, like for Matador Arms and all that?
It's possible.
By the way, you looked really angry in that video.
Oh yeah, did he throw a gun? Did he throw a gun in his Matador video?
No,
he wasn't angry. He was mildly perturbed.
No, he wasn't.
No, I was happy.
Angry.
No, I was fine. I don't understand. Anyway,
I
just decided to not do mine with shooting so that I didn't have any function issues. Because really, I was demonstrating that how easy it is to do a mag change with the mag rotor from Matador Arms. Actually, shooting the gun is not required for that. So, I learned from other people's mistakes.
Fair.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to say Matador Arms one more time?
Matador Arms.
Thank you.
There we go. Yes. Let's see. I got my new jersey for 2018 this year. So got all my sponsors on it. There you go.
White jerseys on the range are always a great idea.
The color choices were limited, and I wanted something light colored to kind of deflect some of the sun. It'll get dirty. Right? It'll look like I'm trying hard. That's all.
So so CRPS is one of your sponsors?
Well, okay, they're not actually a sponsor. I'm just kind of promoting them.
Okay, can you say that though? Can you say it right? Because
no, I Rimfire Precision. There we go. I always get it. I jumble those letters. Oh, I'm terrible. Look, I'm working on.
Get their name on your shirt.
No, he's just it's just copyright. He's just stealing it.
Oh, that's a boy game.
Yeah. Anyway, there was
a hard time.
Thank you. We came to an agreement. All right. That's all. So I thought it seemed like I was feeling all happy when I won that match. The first match they ever had that I won. That we had. Trevor wasn't on for that episode. He might not know that I won that match. That's why it's on
your shirt, because you won a match. So now you're printing it on your shirt.
Otherwise, no one will believe me. Anyway, okay. So yeah, I got some Matador love this week. I got my mag rotor. I got the Express mag release for the 1022, and I did a video on that, and I tossed it up on my Facebook page, so people can look me up on Facebook and check that out. Apparently, I looked angry. I wasn't angry. I was pretty happy. But anyway, it is how it is. And I think I was wearing my Matador T-shirt in that one.
You were.
Yeah, I like that T-shirt. It's a really nice shirt.
Yeah.
Works. Let's see. I went to Milcon this weekend. I spent 2 days on the range actually doing pistol stuff. First day was a pistol fundamentals refresher course, which is different than I expected it to be. A lot less shooting than I was anticipating, but that's okay. A lot of dry fire, a lot of theory and stuff. They have a big focus on actually zeroing your pistol, so it hits where you're pointing it. So I actually did some at least windage adjustments, because the 320 just doesn't have elevation of adjustable sights. And
is it like nice. All the other 320s and it kind of hits low and to the left?
No, it hits high. It really hits high. Yeah.
Actually, no, you're right. My experience was that the 320 hits high as well, and that's why when using it, or other coaching people who use it, I always told them to use a straight up 6 o'clock hold. Hold the full post directly under the bowl.
Yeah, I don't like doing that. I like having the post like right underneath the target. Like, there's the target, there's the post, right in the middle. I don't like having to hold it down low, like up at the bottom of the target. How far is the target? How big is the target? That changes.
Yeah, it's not optimal. And I found a big difference the next day. I was back to shooting the 320 with different ammo, with factory 9mm, And at the same distance, I had to have a complete 6 o'clock hold on the target, like it was hitting 3 inches high.
Now, that factory ammo, was it both hotter and a different weight projectile, or
same weight projectile?
Just that much hotter.
Yeah, it was crazy. So
cool.
Yeah, good to know. But
factory ball or like some hollow points?
No, it's factory ball. Cellar and Bellet, I think.
Really, and it was quite hot.
Yeah, which is funny because I haven't found that ammo to be hot before. There's something must have changed with my grip or something that's I'm not sure. Anyway, it's kind of odd. Yeah, it was a learning experience.
Yeah. So, see that, Adriel? People do sight in pistols.
Yep. And I did learn the beauty of actually having a sight pusher. It was great because I had one on at the range, so I could actually make adjustments, not just banging on it with a punch.
Was it one of those claw hammer ones, the sight adjusters?
No, it was one of. It's kind of like the Chinesium one that you have, except it wasn't Chinesium. Yeah. So anyway, so that worked well. And then the second day was a holster qualification course for their club. I probably could have gotten away with my old IPSC black badge course certification, but whatever. It was another day in the range, so we got to spend the day drawing pistols out of holsters. So that worked cool. I actually shot that with my P250 just for fun because I haven't really shot that much, and it shoots really accurately and shoots fine, a little high, just like any other SIG, but not bad. They also have a series of competitions at Milcon called the 50 Club. So you'll have at 3 different distances. Did I just drop out again?
No, you did not.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's a Voxer message waiting for you, though.
Oh no. Anyway, so 3 different distances, shooting 50 rounds and a target consecutively, either slow fire or they call rapid fire, like 10 shots and 10 shots during in 30 seconds. So I got one of my 50 clubs at 5 yards. So that was kind of cool. I got something for the scrapbook, so I'll be working on some of that later. And I signed up for a service rifle clinic with Milcon in August. So that's 5 days. So that'll be a big chunk of prep for nationals for me. They don't offer it every year, and this year I can actually fit it in my schedule. So I jumped on it. And let's see, I did some loading for 5.56 for test loads. Oh, this Chargemaster makes loading ammo so slick because I can be throwing a charge automatically while I'm seating a bullet. It's fantastic.
It's really nice how it fits into the reloading process because it's basically doing something while you're doing all the other stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's perfect. I'm so happy I spent the money on that. Great investment. Everyone should have one. Well, not everyone, but I'm happy I have it. So that's about it for me.
Cool. All right, Trevor.
Let's see. I worked at Promotion Plus. It's a trading convention show here in Campbellton every year, and we have two booths. There was 2 booths. Denis sets up his gunsmith booth right next to the gun club booth. So I spent time working at both booths, and it was a lot of fun and got to talk to a lot of people. Only had one person actually ask about C71, which is a little, it's a little disconcerting. We had 2 antis. One looked at the Tavor X95 and was like, that shouldn't be allowed, and then saw a matching set of Cowboy Action pistols and lost her mind. Oh, those are so cool. So I'm like, oh, you're not an anti, you're a FUD. Okay, good for you. And then another guy came over and he looked at the X95 and he's like, well, that looks like it could do a lot of damage. And I'm like, well, no more damage than, say, an axe or a baseball bat or a white van on Yonge Street in Toronto, and he just left. That was the end of the conversation. He had nothing to say. Both of my 870s were on display there. I'm going to switch over and see if we can pick them up here on the camera. The listeners may remember me talking about the 870 projects that I had going on. So they're both home. So this one is the classic looking Wingmaster with a full length barrel and fancy schmancy wood. And this one directly above it is the one that we made look like a Remington 870 police clone from like back in the 70s. So it's got the police wood furniture, and the barrel is 18 inches. One's Parkerized, the other one's blued, and unfortunately they both got some scars from moving them around. Promotion plus, unfortunately, but they're home. One of the trigger groups is a little worse for wear. What's so funny, Kelly?
Nothing.
Just okay. I didn't think I said anything funny. You're just randomly smiling, kind of biggish. But anyway, I'll carry on. So, I feel like I need to sneeze. Anyway, one of the trigger groups needs to be replaced. So you can still get aluminum trigger guards for 870s if you shop around, because everything's gone plastic. The expresses are all plastic, but we ordered one from Brownells. Actually has a gold trigger, so it's going to look great on the fancy schmancy Wingmaster that's polished to a mirror finish. Ordered a Strike Eagle 1:8x24 to put on my SLR build because a listener, I'm not going to say his name because I don't have permission. B, if he and his wife listen, I don't want to get him in trouble with his wife, but his name rhymes with Bark. And so he bought my Bushnell that I bought from Adriel. So that's actually sitting in a box right there next to Kelly's holster. It's sitting in a box right there that are going to go in the mail tomorrow if I get it together. I got a lot of prep left to do for the weekend because I'm off to teach my first black badge of the season. Supposed to have taught one already, but it got in the range, just wasn't ready yet. And then I did a couple hours this week working at the gunsmith. Really weird, man. We got 2 people that brought in guns that were in house fires that the insurance is paying us to clean. So we are completely doing a detail strip. Nice. Some of these guns have never... Sorry, Kelly?
That's nice.
No, yeah, it is, yeah. Some of the guns have never actually been cleaned, ever. And then there's a little bit of, like leftover stuff from the fire. And anything that had an optic on it, the optic's getting replaced. So that's kind of cool. And there was a break-in here in Campbellton, and 3 guns were stolen, and the guns were very quickly recovered. It was the guy basically was able to narrow down who did it. He knew the guy. So the police have, I don't know the full story, but even though the guns have been returned, no, the guns haven't been returned. The guns are with the police, but the insurance is paying to replace the guns, and he's not getting the old guns back. I got to look into this because it doesn't make sense. I don't think we have all the pieces of the story correctly, because if the insurance buys him new guns, the police destroy the guns that they have in their evidence locker right now. Anyway, I'll report back on that later. And then where did I put it? I just had a gun. Oh, here it is. Let's see. So I decided to pick up a Tanfoglio 9mm Witness. I sold off some archery equipment, and I sold off my Project lipstick on a pig. I took off all of the STI IPSC parts that I put on it and put them on this gun. And what's cool about this gun, it was until this year a sub $1,000 1911. And unfortunately, it is not anymore. The 1 in 45 is very close, but this one has just recently crept up over the $1,000 mark. It comes with these knockoff VZ grips. I don't think they're actual VZ because they're just not, the texture just doesn't feel like VZ. Like Muffin's 1911 has VZ, and it's like holding onto a cactus. It's crazy. So anyway, what can I say about this? It's the fit and finish is excellent. The frame is blued but not polished. The slide is polished on the sides and blued. Out of the box, it had a fairly nice trigger, and it will be my IPSC backup gun. I liked it so much, I immediately bought one in 45 to match. So my other Norinco 1911 and 45, I'm going to sell that off as well. Actually, I'm just going to give it to, I'm trading it in at the shop is what I'm doing, and Denise taking some money off the cost of the 45. And I'll put all the same identical parts on it, and I'll have a matching 9 and 45 in the same platform. So that'll be cool. And that's all I've been up to.
All right. Adriel, you're up.
All right. I did a couple of reviews. I got a review out on the KSG I got a review out on the Ruger 7744. And I got a review out on some of this 7.62 by 54. Now, I had a buddy of mine say, hey, you know, I got some of that stuff. I'm pretty sure my stuff's corrosive. And so I got some of the cases off of him. And yeah, it's corrosive. So while I tested my stuff and found that my stuff was non-corrosive, you really do have to test your lot of ammo. His was from a different factory and definitely corrosive. Let's see here. Other than that, not really a lot. I got in some of these 4-banger shot shell carriers. The idea here was I actually have quite a large TACOM shell carrier on my 3-gun belt. There it is right at the top there. It holds 16 shells. But sometimes we run a match where I'll need to run slug as well. And the idea with this guy is just a little one off to the side just to put slugs in. So it's separate from my main birdshot carrier, but still on the belt so I can still run it really quickly. So that's the idea with that one. You know, the other thing I was thinking about was, hey, on a 3-gun belt, how much of my Velcro is actually touching the inner belt?
You don't use
so many things. I put Velcro on the backs of everything.
Yeah, so yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna need to add like a keeper or some other like inserts or something like that that help with this, because
Adriel, how many pistol rounds in a particular stage are you like? First of all, you guys are shooting USPSA rules now, right?
3-gun nation.
3-gun nation. Okay. How many? What's the longest course of fire? How many rounds?
There are no maximums on max number of rounds. We try to keep it to doable in 3 mags, 4 if you really F something up. I like having the flexibility of changing my pistol mags on the move, though.
Per gun?
Huh?
What you said 3 or 4 mags.
For 3 or 4 mags for your pistol.
So you could have, you're talking stages with upwards of like 60 rounds?
Let me think about that for a second. 50 definitely. Rounds. Yeah.
Man, you guys like to spend a lot of time scoring and patching.
Not if you shoot a bunch of steel.
Resetting. The steel doesn't pick itself up.
Some of the steel does. Steel spinners definitely pick themselves up. Your steel that you're shooting at long range for your rifle picks itself up because you're not doing anything. You're just counting hits by, listening for the ring or checking for the spray off of it.
Okay.
Or checking for the flash, because I'm going to order a bunch of those. Have you seen the T1000 the Magneto Speed flashers?
I don't even know what that is.
So, like when you shoot steel at long range, how do you know you hit it? You listen.
You don't shoot it at a distance where you can't tell, or it falls over.
No, that's quitter talk.
Use flashers.
I was going to say, you get Kevin to build a couple for you and send them to you.
Well, you've got those like metal flashers that like move, and then you can see the thing behind them. Yep. We've got some of those. They're not super reliable when you're hitting them with like a 55 grain pill at 300 plus meters. So we're looking at picking up some Magneto Speed T1000s, which Velcro to the back and have like a little reflector blinking thing that can get hit by bullets lots of different times and will still show a flash when you hit. So we're gonna pick some of those guys up.
Yeah, they use that with the Rimfire Precision. So there's like a vibration sensor basically that gets attached to the plate, and then it sets off a light that's off to the side. So that's
different system.
System, but same basic idea.
Yep.
And it works really well. So if we can hit it with 22s at 300 meters and get indication of hit, it should work fine for 55 grain stuff at whatever distance you guys are shooting at.
I want to get something out at 500. Yeah,
cool.
500. Yeah, that's really it for me. I haven't been doing too much in guns. We had a 3-gun meeting talking about some different stuff we're going to do for our 2-day match and our open day and that kind of thing. But yeah, should be good. Our 2-day is like fully booked. The next match we have is fully booked, and we could do another match the next day, and that match would be fully booked. So there's a lot of demand for 3-gun right now.
Yeah, that's all in Alberta. What's happening out here?
It's all West Coast. I checked that 3gun.ca, and if you go on the map view, it shows you what's available for the next month. It's all West Coast.
I wonder why. Trevor, you need to get into three gun.
Fun. All the fun is out here for
more than you have been.
West people.
Could be weather as well. A lot of stuff's not ready out here yet.
Well, Alberta's pretty.
It's all underwater in New Brunswick.
Yeah, exactly. All of it.
Yeah, the whole province.
That's not good. Yeah. Are you still snowed in at your range, Trev?
Oh yeah. Muffin had the gate open yesterday. Had an excavator in there to open the gate, and there's like 6 inches of water under the snow all around the gate.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean there will definitely, I promise you, be snow on the ground for our black badge. I'll tell you how bad it is, Brian. I'm doing a black badge this weekend in the Miramichi. I'll be teaching Friday night, and then Saturday. The road to the range has been closed all week. They're going to open it tomorrow or Saturday morning for the first time. Only as far as the shotgun section. We're going to drive into the shotgun section, park there because it's dry-ish, and then they'll shuttle us over to the pistol section one at a time with a four-wheeler and a trailer for our kit. We're not allowed to drive into the pistol section. Yeah. I can't wait for them to go prone for the 25-meter drill.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yep.
So you guys want to know what I've been doing?
Yeah.
Have I really?
You're here. So
I'm here.
Yeah,
Did you do any gun stuff while you're gone?
I actually did. So.
Llama gun stuff?
Sorry? Actual gun stuff? Llama gun stuff? Yes, actually.
Did you get to shoot a llama? Because if you got to shoot a llama.
Shoot a llama right between the eyes. It was the zombie one. So.
Adriel, I had a real problem with Will now. Because if there was any host who was going to get to shoot a llama, it should have been me, and now it's Kelly.
Or me.
I lost the llama. Yeah, you're right, Adriel. You probably could have got that under your belt before me. So we lost the llama face shooting contest to Kelly, which is, I mean, if it had to be anybody, I'm happy it's Kelly, but I'd be happier if it was me.
Yes.
And I used lead.
Well, that's how you know it's dead.
I just finished listening. I listened to all of the episodes for the last 4 weeks.
We're sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Anyways,
we could tell you were listening based on your Facebook posts. I went from being your favorite to being dead to you in like 2 posts.
You know it's messed up when I become the favorite, Brian.
Oh, I know, right? How bad do I have to be to make you the favorite?
You told everybody that the Leafs won the cup when I was born. Like, seriously, I was alive.
I said when you were in high school.
Yeah.
I turned
it off right then.
Was I on for that?
That was yeah.
Yeah, you.
No, you thought it was hilarious.
You both fell out of your chair when I said that. So
I don't even remember it.
Yeah, you're probably drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Was it our show? Because I wasn't drunk on our show, but I was drunk on We Like Shooting when I said if I had to be on Naked and Afraid and had to pick a co-host, it would be Kelly.
I think that's actually a really good idea because I don't think you want to see Brian naked, do you?
Well, and in fairness, I don't want to see any of you naked.
Well, no, we don't, but
you know, I just think you're more useful than Brian.
Gee, thanks.
That was even when I compliment somebody, it comes out like an insult. Oh my god!
Really?
All right, I'm just gonna mute.
I think you're more useful than Brian. I don't think you're very useful, but you're more useful than Brian. That's what I heard.
Oh, is that how that sounded? Oh, no wonder she got offended. Oh, I'm sorry, Kelly. That's not what I meant at all.
Well, Brian can wear a skirt too, you know.
No.
Yeah, he does though.
No,
but you pull it off much better than he does.
Right.
Actually, I don't think I've ever seen Kelly in a skirt. I've seen Brian in women's clothing more than Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yep. Anyways, so guess what? Maple seeding is starting again. So that's what I've been doing. Besides work 24/7 for the last 4 weeks, I've been doing maple seed as well. So we had a season opener, and it, you know, you have to prepare for the season opener. You have to get out everything because it's been 6 months and everything. So you have to make sure everything is ready, the trailer, everything. And then a day before the match, it was canceled because we had that freezing rain that was pretty actually significant. So you know what I did on the day that it was canceled? I went to the range and I shot the Maple Seed Challenge just because we didn't want people to
just to prove that you're more Maple Seed than everyone else. It might be freezing rain, but you're still going to go shoot a maple seed in the freezing rain. And that's what maple seed's about.
And it was horrible. It really, really was. And I'm kind of glad that people didn't travel all the way we had people traveling from Montreal and different places. So the roads were horrible. We had accidents everywhere. So it was good that people didn't actually travel. But that being said, we moved that. the Frontenac. It's Frontenac, Kingston. We rescheduled it, so it's on May 13th. By the way, it still has spots. So people, if you're interested, go and sign up for it because we're looking to fill the line. Anyways, but the next week we had the actual opener for Maple Seed, and we had 2 shoots, and it was beautiful. It was like everybody was so. One week we had freezing rain, and it was just ugly. The next weekend, everybody was shooting in t-shirts. So yeah, we had these. It was both sold out, by the way, and we had a ladies' day on the Sunday as well. So we had lots and lots of ladies. It was pretty freaking amazing. And because it was ladies, we actually had cupcakes on the line. It was awesome. What else? Went to the range. Yeah, shot that the Maple Seed challenges, a couple of them. We have limited edition hats, by the way. Did you guys see that? There's still a couple that are available on our website. So go to the Maple Seed website and get a hat because I think there's only about 5 left. So anyways, got extra made. What else? Oh, SFRC. I went out there a couple of times and I was returning. By the way, they're now carrying all kinds of stuff. They're carrying tools. They're carrying boots. They're carrying, all kinds of different gear. Anyway, so we were returning a pair of boots. I didn't buy anything. But you know what? I did buy a gun. I bought one from Adriel. I think Trevor wanted it, but I bought it.
Scooped it.
I scooped it. So it was a really, really good deal. And then I bought a holster from Trevor, obviously, because he just said that I bought a holster.
Actually, technically, if you want to trace it all the way back.
I bought it from Adriel. But he's giving you the money for it, right?
Technically, as I was trying to say, before you so rudely interrupted this, if Matthew is back in the show, you can trace the origins of the holster all the way back to Captain Andy. That's where.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So I got a piece of Captain Andy. Okay.
Great.
All right. Yeah, so I bought a CZ Shadow. And by the way, the transfer came in today. It's only been 2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks.
The last 2 I did in New Brunswick were 24 hours.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
Crazy.
I know. Ontario is just getting slammed, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Canada Post. We ordered this gun. Gun came in. I was really happy with it. After I saw it, I drove 2 minutes down the road, pulled over, said, "Order me one in 45." So we ordered one in 45 and another one in 9mm for the shop. So you guys know where Halifax is?
Yeah.
You know where northern New Brunswick is?
Yeah.
Can somebody tell me why our guns are in Mississauga?
Serious?
Yeah, and Canada Post won't open a ticket until I forget what the whole process. They're so union, they won't stop it. It's on its way somewhere else too. It's in Mississauga and it's still going west. And until it has to go all the way to its final destination, find out that that incorrect destination is not where it's supposed to be, and then they turn around and send it back. It'll actually be faster for the shop to send us 2 new guns than it will be to wait to get all those
Okay.
Be probably faster for them to build you.
I was going to say it was be faster for them to drive it to you, or you go pick it up.
Because normally anything that goes to the shop from Freedom Ventures is next day. Yeah. So we were like, the guns were ordered on Friday. Today's Wednesday. Where are the guns? And
Mississauga.
Yeah.
I've had some weird happenings with Canada Post in the past where I had a package. I think it went to BC twice before it got to me. Wow. It was bizarre.
Knock on wood. This is the first time I've ever had a snafu.
Yeah, and I think it's computer automated sorting systems failing.
But at some point, somebody picks up a package and puts it anyway.
You'd probably be surprised how little they actually look, and actually like how much little their persons actually handle packages. It's probably pretty automated.
Yeah.
I remember that Vincent kid from that other podcast, that whatever it is, that who works on stuff like that, automation systems and programming and stuff.
Right. Well, and also, I mean, the guy at my range who tried to move the school bus one time with his head, he works behind the counter at Canada Post. So computer problems, staffing.
Yeah.
He's actually quite good. But anyway.
Yeah. Is he better or worse after he moved a bus with his head?
Better, I think.
See? Yeah.
I really missed you guys, by the way.
We missed you too.
Yeah.
This is your segment, right? This is your segment we're talking over right now?
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So now that we're done talking about Canada Post and lost guns, right? Are we?
Something else random will come up, and I will jump in when I feel like it. Carry on and tell that.
It's called interjection. This is a conversation, Kelly. This is how families have conversations.
Right. Conversation.
Kind of a family.
A podcast isn't just about sitting around waiting for them to finish and then for you to have your turn. It's got to be some interaction, some back and forth.
Yeah.
So
it's not even podcasting 101. It's podcasting 1. Talk to each other.
Anyways, I was listening to that today too. So, we good?
Is that it?
No.
You bought one gun and you went to SFRC?
Yeah.
And shot a maple seed.
Ladies, so the CCFR calendar, we're looking for 2019 models. So do you guys know anybody who would like to be in the calendar?
Yolanda, I heard, wants to be on it.
Yeah, does she?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard Yolanda wants to be in it.
Okay.
Hey,
Anyways,
I forgot.
what?
I won something
I
off
was
the
going to mention
calendar.
that.
I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Adriel is going to be the nicest smelling co-host besides me.
Yeah. You'll be able to smell it through the podcast. You'll be able to smell my good smells of perfume and whatever else is in that package.
They're Scentsy melts. So
it's going to be an odd conversation with my wife. Hey, honey, I won some scent stuff. What'd you win it from? I had a Gun Girl calendar thing. They're sending me perfume now.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get it in time for Mother's Day.
Oh.
So you can give it to her for
shopping done. Woo!
Winning.
Yeah. And that prize was donated by Julie Hines. So thank you, Julie. It was awesome. AKA Jay Hines. So
wife of the Wookiee.
Yeah.
I don't think Julie's also known as Jay. I'm pretty sure.
No, exactly. You said AKA Jay. I'm like,
well,
that's all right. Yeah.
Jay
no.
So, anyways,
it was probably Julie's idea though.
Yeah.
It's really, really good prize actually. It's the stuff that was in it. Oh my god.
Sweet.
Yeah, really good. Anyways, so that being said, we are looking for models for the calendar. So if anybody does know a lady, or if you are a lady who listens to the show and you'd like to be in the calendar, contact me. You can send it to the Slamfire, or you can actually send it through Facebook to me. And
how about a cat in the calendar?
Get that?
I'm just gonna leave that there.
I just flipped off a cat. That's, you're angry when you're giving pets the finger.
I love how easy it is for Angel to sugar Trevor. That is great.
I'm looking at it right now and it's wrinkled. It's wrinkled.
Wow. All right. That is everything that I've done. Besides, Maple Seed, we do have some new IITs. So thank God they're here because I'm getting tired. And season just started. So IITs are instructors in training. So I just wanted to say hello to a couple of them right now. Greg May. Hey. He's watching. I know that because he's...
An I2 is a person?
II2, instructor in training.
Like in IPSC, we call them BBIs.
Yeah, whatever. Trevor's one too.
I2 is a person.
IIT. Whatever. Anyways. So that is it for me, pretty much.
You let Trevor be an instructor in training?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I'm pretty sure
he needs more stuff to do. That was a good idea.
I know, eh? Yeah.
I just like Trevor is good at instructing, and if he gets his head wrapped around it. However,
is good at instructing.
He has a history with Rage and Maple Seed. Like, I haven't seen that with him in other shooting disciplines, so I'm not sure this is the right fit for him.
The reality is he's not shooting. He's instructing somebody else on how to shoot. So
but is he going to give them tips on how to best throw their rifle to get the best distance? Like, I don't know.
If I feel that's appropriate at the time, then no.
It's a pro tip there.
And Brian, in fairness, that was before I knew what I was doing. There was no rage quitting in Fredericton, even though it was a big fundraising rage quit board from my frenemies.
That was awesome, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, that was great. Yeah, bastards.
Seriously, like, this is the joke that we just can't let die, Trev.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. we have to go until it's not funny, and then like another week at least.
Yes. What, didn't it stop being funny a week ago? Yep, it's time to stop.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Why don't we talk about upcoming events? Adriel, you talked a little bit about the 3-gun matches, but do you have anything new or?
PFI Canada is coming up this weekend at the Campbell River Gun Club. Northwest 3-gun will also be this weekend. They'll be on the 6th. They'll be at the Morris Mountain Marksman Association. There's a mouthful.
Yeah.
In Houston, BC. Chaz 3-gun will be on May 12th. That'll be at the Chaz Range at Genesee near Edmonton. Mighty Peace 3-gun will be May the 12th. That'll be at the North Peace Rod and Gun Club. Medicine Hat will have a match on May 12th at Medicine Hat. Lakeland 3-gun will have a match May 19th at the Cold Lake Fish and Game Club. BTSA will have their Victoria Day 3-gun special. That's at the Buffalo Target Sports Shooters Association near Calgary. Northwest 3-gun will also have a match on May 26th at the Terrace Rod and Gun Club. Chaz is going to have a zombie shoot, which is kind of like a open range day. So anyone can kind of show up. They can shoot a 3-gun course of fire, cowboy course of fire, 22 shotgun, all that kind of stuff. That'll be May 26th, first come, first serve kind of a thing. Yeah.
So is there any zombie llamas or anything? Sorry.
There won't be zombie llamas. There will be zombie targets. I don't know if we'll have zombie llamas or not, though. That's a specific kind of zombie that those zombie targets are not in high demand. You usually have to like zombify a llama.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wonder, because I could come out for it. Just saying.
And import them from Peru.
If you got some zombie llamas, we'd appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then Mighty Peace 3-gun also has a match on May 26th. So, if you look at that in a map, it's basically Alberta and BC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Adriel, question: are there people allowed to have 3-gun matches that they don't clear with you, or like do they all have to be cleared with you? Or do they use you as a scheduling resource so they're not overlapping with each other at least?
I try to make myself available for that kind of thing. So as schedules came in this year and were finalized, I'd pop them up there and then let everyone else know on the Canada 3-Gunners Facebook group that when schedules are updated, because like especially for Alberta and BC, we've got so many matches. It's kind of nice to stagger them a little bit, so that if you're, for example, if you're in Edmonton here, you could go to Grand Prairie to do a shoot. You could go to Chaz to do a shoot. You could go to Cold Lake, or you could go to Calgary. Those are all, they're like within 5 hours drive from here. So there's a lot of choice, and it's nice when they're a little bit more spaced out.
Okay. Cool.
Speaking of just like a little like squirrel moment, did you guys see on the Canada 3-Gunner Facebook group, there was a guy shooting a Glock with a comp on the top.
Oh my God. What are the chances?
A 9mm case came out of the gun, landed in the open comp in his gun. He fired his second shot and he blew his comp out.
Oh my, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about erratic ejection pattern. The brass tumbled in the air. It was a 2-port comp, and the port at the muzzle was the largest, and apparently just large enough for a 9mm case to land in there. And then he fired, and the bullet struck the brass and cracked the comp, and didn't even know what happened.
No, if you watch his video, he's shooting afterwards. He's like, oh man, he's shooting. He's like, I'm not hitting it. What? And he's like trying to take his time. He's like, I'm still not hitting. What's going on? And it's like he was probably getting bullet strikes on his comp there, right? Yeah, but
so was the rest of the gun okay?
Oh yeah. Just cracked the port.
So I looked at a bunch of Glock comps, and most of them have a little bit of a smaller port or 2 ports on the front. So I guess word to the wise, if you're designing a comp for a Glock or a rifle, make sure that the case can't fit in it, because if it can, it might, and then bad things happen.
Kaboom.
Yep.
Interesting.
And really cool that he had footage of it. Like, so the guy was saying, he's like, yeah, I record everything, all my practices. He's got a GoPro on, and he's watching He's watching to see what bad habits he picks up or anything like that. And it just so happens that he picked up this really interesting freak occurrence. That good thing he had the camera rolling, right?
Wow, that's freaky. Better to see that happen to have it happen to you, but wow.
You know what? I bet if he didn't catch it on video, he never would have found the cause of it, because he wouldn't the comp was cracked. Oh, maybe this comp is no good anymore or something like that. Right?
You'd never believe that it happened unless you saw it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. This may be the first occurrence of it ever. Can't happen.
Yeah, there's not a lot of comps that are designed that way, though. Like, I think most of the ones are the ports on the front are a little bit smaller, so you can't get a case into them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, you want gas coming out the sides as much as the top, so you don't that comp just seemed to be all.
It was quite heavy on the top there. Yeah.
See, I would think for a comp, you would want the gas venting at the top because it's compensating for muzzle rise, as opposed to venting to the side, which is more of a brake effect. Either or is going to have some positives, but
you need to balance. You need to balance them both, and it's a question of like how much flipperosity do you want to balance for versus like straight back recoil.
Yeah.
So like an AR-15, you should not have more ports on the top of an AR-15 brake than you do on the bottom. And the correct answer is none, right? You should just port out the sides because you just want to reduce the recoil, and you don't need to reduce the rise on the barrel on an AR-15 because it's a straight line recoil system. Exactly. Whereas on a pistol, you need something on the top to keep the muzzle level, right?
Yeah. On my AR port on my 3-gun rifle or comp on my 3-gun rifle are 3 ports from large at the muzzle to small at the front of the comp. All on the sides. There's nothing on the top.
Yeah. My Matador flare stack has them on the top. You don't want them on the bottom.
No,
on a rifle ever. Yeah.
And my Matador's all on the sides. No, there's 3 tiny holes on the top, and then. But anyway,
a couple of small ones is fine. Most of the action will be happening out the side, anyways. But you don't want a bunch of gas going out the top because Verwapen blog did a really in-depth slow-mo view of the effects of the different comps, and no comp was fine. It went straight back, but a lot of them will have gas on the top, and they end up driving the muzzle down on every shot.
Yeah, there's one comp / brake called the effing A comp, I think, and it has a bunch of ports all around it, and you just put set screws in to actually tune it.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah, it's a great idea. But anyway, okay.
All right. So one of the things I did want to say is that we do have a couple of events happening for Maple Seed. Most of them that are posted right now are sold out, but there's a couple. There's one in PEI. There's one in Kingston, obviously, that I was just talking about. And there's a couple out in BC as well that are not sold out. So if you are in any of those areas, go onto the website and then just put in the Eventbrite link. We're hoping to sell out the events, and we will be posting more as well. We'll be posting Alberta and Manitoba and Saskatchewan soon, as soon as we get confirmations from all the ranges. So we'll do that too. Do you guys want to talk about anything like the Ronnie de Groot? Trevor, you got an update for that or anything?
No, we're good with that. It's June 2nd. If you want to try Steel Challenge in our area, we're using USPSA rules and all the official Steel Challenge stages. We're going to debut our new full set of X-Metal targets, Steel Challenge targets. So if you're a club that wants to do Steel Challenge, X-Metal is now in the game of making all of the USPSA Steel Challenge targets.
Do they sell it as a kit, like one big kit that you buy?
I bought mine as a kit, Adriel. So, I bought enough to do all the stages at one time.
Ooh.
Yep. So information about anything Rescue Gun Club related, Rescue Gun Club at gmail.com. Kelly, I'll keep going with the charity shoot here.
Yep, please.
3-day event, July 5th to the 7th. Pre-registration is not required for the charity shoot. If you can't make the charity shoot and would like to contribute to the charity, and this year's charity is the Dalhousie Regional High School Breakfast Program, you can do so by sending your donation to slamfireradio@gmail.com. We have one person who has prepaid for the Ferlacci class. I think I'm going to start asking people to pay for that ahead of time so I don't have to carry cash around the day of the event. So if you would like to pay for your Ferlacci Fundamentals handgun class now, you can do so by sending the $100 entry fee to slamfireradio@gmail.com. We are full again, and actually have one more extra person added. That's my mistake. We had one person on the wait list. I added him, and then I added some random guy. So yeah, some random dude who asked to be on the list. So I said yes. So we are sold out plus one. So yes. Also, if you pay now, you're less likely to not be a no-show. If you need to withdraw, that's fine. We'll get you your money back. But it's I think it would be best if people start paying for that. So the handgun class is sold out, so it's pointless to talk about that anymore. July 6th is the charity, is the maple shoot, also sold out. And then July 7th is the charity shoot proper. Registration at 9 a.m. cost is $25. There will be 4 events: a steel challenge that you can shoot with pistol 22 caliber and up, a rifle 22 caliber only. Second event is a 22 rimfire silhouette gallery style shoot. Third event is a round of trap, and then finally we're going to have a free for all fun pistol on steel shoot and rifle range. So the rifle range will be open to try each other's rifles, and one of the small pistol bays right next to the rifle range will be open. So that'll be the last part of the day. Of course, Smoke in the Water will be there to fill your bellies full of brisket. There's a Facebook events page, or is it a group? Anybody know if it's a group or an events page? Whatever it's on.
I started it as a group.
It's a group. Okay, cool. So if you go into Facebook and just search like 8th annual podcast, it should come up right away. So
9th.
You can keep up there on what did you say?
It's the 9th, but that's okay.
This is not the 9th annual podcast charity shoot.
It is, isn't it?
No, it's the 8th.
No. Okay. Never mind. I'll shut up.
So, yeah, go on the Facebook page, and the round counts are there and stuff like that. What else? I think that's it. Ferlacci Handgun Fundamentals in Alberta. We're in St. Paul. We're on the same range we were on the first year. That's going to be July 14th and 15th. If you're interested in either of those days, send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. I believe there are still spots for both days. Before we head up there to St. Paul to whack gophers and then teach some fundamentals and beyond fundamentals, we will be having a Slamfire/CCFR pub night. That'll be just around the corner from Adriel's house in Edmonton on Thursday, July 12th at Brewster's in West Edmonton. Pre-registration is absolutely required for that. Yep.
All right. Well, maybe I think Yolanda's coming. No, she's going to be at Prairie Fire.
Going to be at Prairie Fire.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So why don't we move on to news? Who has the CBC?
I've got it. This first article comes to us from CBC. It's an opinion article by Angela Wright. Canada's government is clearly uninterested in finding innovative solutions to gun violence. Law enforcement is just one aspect of tackling the harm caused by guns, is the byline. The article goes on. The federal government has finally accepted what cities have been complaining about for years. We're not doing enough to tackle gun violence. It says last month that Ralph Goodale convened a summit on guns and gangs violence, but then they put together this C-71 and they didn't follow anything that was from it. They just took their platform and kind of went with that. So that's what this article is mostly complaining about.
Yeah, C-71's not doing anything with gun violence.
Not really. But, nope. I mean, we kind of knew that already. And I find it really funny when CBC is complaining about the gun control that the Liberals are putting in place.
Yeah, I think it's promising. When the CBC complains about the Liberals, you know they're in trouble. Not only did C-71 not address gun crime, C-75 reduced the penalties for gun crime. What the hey?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Man, but I'm gonna get an ATT again. Because nothing will protect the public more than paper. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. In an awkward moment, who put this one in? Did you, Adriel, as well?
Yeah. In an awkward moment, Singh seems unsure about caucus support for gun control bill. This was around C-71, which, as far as I know, most of the NDPs voted against.
Correct.
And he thinks that they're for it. He was wondering, whispered something inaudible, and after listening to someone's inaudible reply, turned back the cameras. So yes, right now our caucus is in support of this bill, he confirmed, but they voted against it. So it seems like they don't really know what they're in support of.
Nope. Pretty much. No. All right, just letting you know that nobody knows what they're doing.
Well, I mean, like, really, the story there, I guess, is that this bill is so poorly thought out that even like the NDP are voting against a gun control bill, and they're for gun control.
Yes, but maybe they recognize that this isn't gun control. This is red tape for gun owners.
Well, I think it's exactly what they're recognizing, is that it's not useful gun control, and
it's bringing back expensive measures that didn't control guns.
Well, and there are several NDP MPs in the NDP from Northern Ontario, which that area is not in favor of gun control. I mean, they're regular working class fishing people. They're pro gun. They're not going to fall for this kind of nonsense. So,
right.
If they're respecting their constituents, they can't really support it.
So basically what we're saying is that CBC and the NDP are saying this is just stupid. So it must be stupid.
Yeah, we actually had in our area, voting for the guy, not the party, has always been very important to the people in my community. And so, I've often said, if you paint a pig red, they will vote for it here. And it just so happens that a lot of the people in this area run for the Liberal Party, and people like the individual, so they vote for the individual, not the party. And as a result, oftentimes the wrong party gets in. People were talking to me this weekend or last weekend at the Promotion Plus saying, I used to vote for the guy, but it just dawned on me, the guy works for the party that affects everything that's important to me.
Yeah. Right now, people
I was like, oh, really? Finally, listen, I'm glad you had your epiphany moment. Run with that stuff.
Well, and it's a shame in the system we have where all the parties tend to force everyone to toe the party line. There can be some discussion in caucus, but how much weight individual members with a dissenting point of view have on the party's position, I don't know. It's going to vary, but it can't be huge.
Well, and what the parties take positions on as well. I mean, I don't care about 70% of what they debate for in Parliament, but 30% is like, it's so divided beyond the different parties, right? Yeah, it would be nice if they could vote for the different things that they want to be able to vote for, gun control or no gun control, or
Yeah, instead of being fined for not towing the party line.
Yeah.
Vote what your constituents want, basically. So.
Yep.
Anyways. All right. So we got one more. It looks
Last
like a poll.
Yeah. A poll. Support for increased gun control measures is already on the decline. This is from the Daily Wire. And this is a poll that was in the Huffington Post, and it's just showing like a decline in the support for gun control in the U.S. So starting to drop again already. So I doubt they'll do very much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So this next one I put in, it looks like the Woodstock Pistol and Rifle Club is selling some C71 banned C71 stickers. So they would like us to actually just to let you guys know about it. Go to their Facebook page. We'll add it to the show notes as well. You can pick up these stickers and post them. Details will be available a little bit later about costs. They said it's going to be a high quality vinyl sticker, so you can put them on wherever you'd like to put them. And it just says #SayNo to C71. So go on over to the Facebook page. We'll post that in the show notes. All right. Let's talk new gun stuff. Magdump.ca.
Yeah, why don't we just hit this first one here and then maybe go on to our guest. Okay. So yeah, Magdump is selling.
Adriel, if we go on to our guests, we'll be losing the live stream, correct?
No, I think he was good to do the Hangouts. So
okay, very good. Yeah. Carry on, because I don't want the live stream to get shut down before we answer all of the live stream questions, which is after the meetup.
Okay. Yeah. Magdump.ca. They're selling. They were selling some Norinco SKSs for $215, which is pretty cheap. And
I don't have one of those.
Yeah. They're sold out, but they're getting more. They're getting more. So
there's lots at the shop.
What did they say? You can buy 10 of them for $19.99. So basically 200, just under 200 per if you buy 10 packs of them.
Wow.
And yeah, if they're cleaned up like this, that's in good shape.
Well, the Norinco ones, at least as far as I can remember, aren't like super Cosmolined up.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're Norinco, so I believe the Chinese ones have chrome lined barrels, spike bayonet.
So do some of the Russians, depending on the year.
Yeah.
Something about the shape of the gas block will tell you if it's chrome lined or not. I don't know if that's folklore or factlore.
Yeah. Cool. Why don't we hold these off until next week, and then we can cover them then. I mean, the only one that's like, are there any like big news ones in here? Magpul's doing a new bipod. We put that on our Facebook group, right? Let's talk about it next week, though.
Cool.
All right. So we're going to bring Ryan in. Are we going through? How are we doing it? We're doing through Skype.
No, I
just said hi. Hang on.
Right? I wasn't listening. Hi, Brant. It's Brant. Say it with me, Brant.
Apparently, that Krosno kid is watching too.
Yeah, Stacy is too. Hey, Stacy.
Yep. Apparently, Stacy's tired of my shirt.
At least he's wearing a shirt, Stace. He could be shirtless as well as pantless.
Oh, God. No.
I didn't know this is a pants optional show. I'd be going that route more often.
Seriously? It's always pants optional. It's a podcast.
Life is pants optional.
Really? Yeah.
You
pay
wear
for your services.
You get arrested.
Wear a kilt, you
a kilt.
A custodian is still a janitor, man. You wear a dress.
Oh.
Stabbery.
Listen, I don't have time to mail you a knife. Can you just go grab one?
No, I told you I will not stab myself with my own knife. That's the principle here, damn it.
Yeah, fair. All right, fine. I'll go. I gotta go pack up a knife. I'll be back.
Are you going to make it to any events in New Brunswick this year?
No, I'm not. I'm totally not.
Yeah, I feel like you said no.
Yeah, right. No, I'm. Yeah, no. That
hello, sir.
The course that I'm taking at Milken for 5 days for service rifle is a little spendy. So.
Yeah.
Aw.
He wants to.
Hey, I'm gonna
hang out with his friends. That's
I know, right?
Yeah, I am gonna.
It's always boring at my place. It's not. It's never worth coming here. Did I mention I have a beer sponsor this year, Brian?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, the after party sponsored.
That's awesome. I'm not driving 16 hours to drink beer. That's just not 32 round trip. Yeah, no, not happening.
Can't even bribe you with free alcohol.
Yeah.
He'll wear a dress sober, but he won't come hang out with us with free beer.
No. All right.
All right, what?
Ryan.
Okay.
Can we add Ryan?
No, because his phone is not accepting the link.
Raise your hand if you saw this coming.
Yeah, anyway. All right. Okay.
I told you guys I missed you.
Told me I'm your favorite, and that's all I needed to know. Nothing bad can ever happen ever again.
Adriel, can Can you do some technical wizardry to help Ryan out here?
Yeah, stop packing a box and help Ryan.
Thank you.
Because you're the smart techno whiz guy.
Doing stuff.
Don't make me do stuff. Look, Kelly.
The link isn't opening on my phone.
What's that, Trev?
That's my holster.
Oh,
Kelly's
nice.
holster.
It's the wrong hand.
Do you have his email address? Can you put it on the show notes there?
Kelly, I don't remember. Do you have a black badge?
Nope.
That's a good question.
Okay. Does he have Skype?
FYI, not IPSC legal.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard you talk about it.
Okay, and it's just this part right here, Kelly.
Yeah.
If you were to attach this to this, you would be good. But this just see how it cants like that.
Yeah.
Puts it too far away from your body. Now, if you had
we need his email address.
Generous,
not really. I mean,
like I do,
that's not going to work either.
Yeah. Okay.
So just to be straight here.
yeah, because we can't really add him. He's got a
willing to try whatever, but probably isn't going to work.
Why can't he just click on the link? What's going on?
It's not working with his phone.
All right. Yeah. This is creating editing that someone's going to have.
I'm not get real.
No one wants to listen to this.
Let's answer the stream questions and then let's hop over to Skype.
Kelly, you want to read them out?
Sure. As soon as I get to them. Because I wasn't taking notes.
I got them on my phone here. I can do it if it's easier and quicker.
Go ahead, Trev.
All right, I got it. So I'm going to scroll up to the top.
Well, I was just doing it.
But I have it. So while you're doing it, I already
Kelly,
have
just roll with it. That's a good leader.
Yep.
Delegate.
Okay, Trevor, why don't you do it because of the fact that you just need to.
As soon as you be quiet, I will.
The situation. So it's.
Let's see. All right, we got some weather talk. I'm looking for something that ends in a question mark. Somebody had. Oh, here we go. First question from Mailman NB. Who's Mailman NB? Anybody know?
Yeah.
Who? Doesn't matter.
I do.
No. All right. Hey, Trevor. Not that Mailman NB doesn't matter. Just knowing who it is doesn't matter. Hey, Trevor. Have you looked at the M44 yet? Any thoughts? The only M44 that comes to mind is the Polish carbine, isn't it? The Polish Mosin Nagant.
That's not necessarily Polish, but yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So is there any other M44 or are we pretty confident?
I think they were made by anybody who made Nagant.
Yep.
So
is there another one besides the Mosin carbine?
No, that's what it means.
That's what it means. Great. Yeah, looked at them, handled them, never fired them, love them, want one. Because it's another variation of the Mosin, and because there's more than one of something, my OCD requires me to have like the full set. So
they also shoot fire.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You can light things on fire if you're staying close enough to them. Yep. If the bullet doesn't get them, the flamethrower part will.
And I think the flame is actually longer than the bayonet.
Nice. And so the bayonet, for the listeners that don't know, it's a short carbine version of the Mosin Nagant. The bayonet is fixed and not fixed; it's folding.
Yes.
To the side, and the fit and finish of the ones that I've handled is better than a regular 9130 Mosin Nagant, but not as nice as the finished Mosins, which were made by Tikka, right? Or what is now Tikka? All right, moving on.
Yeah,
no. Questions. When it comes to the compensator issue, if you watch his brass ejecting, they barely come out. What is his comp doing? His comps actually, there's a lot of flipperosity on that gun. I think he was doing two things: using a comp to reduce recoil, and using reduced powder charges, which defeats the purpose of a comp. You actually have to fill your cases with powder to create gas. The comp works by putting gas through it. If you don't put gas through the comp and make it work, if the gun doesn't quote unquote get on the comp, then the comp is ineffective. Brent Hodson said he'll give Yolanda a hug for me. Brent, I will fight you. Let's see. Who's selling SKSs? DC Armory is.
DC Armory also has a deal on Shadows. I saw.
Who's DC Armory?
The shop I work at.
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was just Denis shop.
It's DC stands for DC Chenard, his name. It's in French, Almudi, DC, gunsmith.
Is the Shadow 2 set up for optics, Adriel?
Nope.
What's that?
No, it's not, eh? Okay.
Say again?
I was asking if the Shadow 2 is set up for optics.
No.
Yeah.
HMRC Roz. Oh, this is Krosno. So I'm not even going to read it because screw Krosno.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous question. It's not worth reading.
Oh, well, once I realized it was Krosno, I moved on. Seeing the love and lust in Trevor's eyes talking about the M40. I know, right? So I started off loving Keltecs, now hate them. Hated SKSs and 1911s, now love them. I guess it's I reserve the right to change and grow as a gun owner.
But not as a person.
Hell no. I am stuck in my ways. I'm curmudgeon.
Excellent.
No.
That's the Trevor we know and detest. There we go.
Accept, Brian. You said it was accept.
Sure. That's it. Yeah.
All right.
Works. All right. Cool. So that looks like all the questions on Facebook, I think, or YouTube rather. Yeah.
Brian was saying, "Give me 3 minutes. It works on my computer." So,
all right.
Let's chill up here for a bit with 18 viewers, and
can we hammer through the rest of the new gun stuff in 3 minutes? We probably can.
Sure.
Oh yeah, we probably could. Then I have to edit it in.
Yeah.
Man. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Keltec CMR. They've got this 22 Win Mag rifle thingamabobber that Iron Guns is bringing in, non-restricted, long boy barrel on them, and they take a double stack magazine.
I can't. Okay, cool.
No.
not stuffing in my. Yeah. No. I don't know.
Now
22 Magnum doesn't appeal to me.
And they're pinned to 10, so they're not full cap 33 or 30 round magazines of rimfire because there's a pistol version, so 10 rounds only.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Yeah, I don't understand.
What about the next one?
Lockhart Tactical's bringing in subsonic 9mm pistol ammo.
Yay!
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
Cool.
I don't know what I'd use it for.
Actually,
I do. If I was going to use a pistol caliber carbine for small game hunting, I might use subsonics so that it's not so loud. And I don't need to wear hearing protection because it's got a long barrel on it.
Yeah, you probably should still wear hearing protection. Not that you do hunting anyway, but yeah. Probably still should.
But yeah, if I'm hunting, I might just do that.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
But I won't.
No. But you won't.
No, not hunting. Not small game hunting.
Okay.
Adriel, have you ever thought about using electronic hearing protection while hunting?
I have. And I have when I've used compensated hunting rifles.
Sure. Yep. But what about sitting in a tree stand? Does it make it sound like every squirrel within 100 yards is a buck?
I don't mind it when I've got like when I'm not wearing a toque or anything like that, but when I'm hunting, it's usually so cold that any kind of hearing protection is going to be compromised by the toque or whatever I'm wearing for cold weather gear.
Right.
So if I hunted more like in a warmer climate and with like stuff that hurt my ears, I would definitely do it more often.
Well, then you could get the electronic ones that fit in your ears, but the problem is you would go from these $100 walkers to $300 walkers. But I just got these. They're not exactly motorboating. What is that?
Yeah.
Gel cups.
Yeah, they're not. Yes, Kelly?
I was just going to say you can buy the replacements. So I just got new ones. I
for
got
these
Force.
For the Walker razors?
Yeah, you can get the silicone ones.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that Walker offered accessories, or are they made by somebody else for these?
I don't know.
Okay, well, these are the Walker razors.
Yeah,
they're $100. They're uber comfortable. All of my ear fits inside the cup.
Yep.
And the electronics seem pretty good. Last pair I got was Peltors, and they were junk. Comfortable, but junk. So
I like the electronics on those ones. I got the Peltors and I got the Walkers, and I like the sound better on the wood. But
on the Walkers,
yeah.
Was there a butt there?
I got the silicone earpieces, the replacement, much more comfortable.
And looking at the cups here on the Peltors, you can tell that there's a seam there that's going to let go eventually. Yep. The cups on the Walkers are seamless. There is no seam. So I can tell that, these are a bit more compact when they're folded up and stuff, but it's too bad the electronics died because they're comfortable. But whatever. They'll work as backups. If you're teaching, electronics are a must.
Yep.
They're kind of just becoming the norm now for ranges, period. It's just, there's so many advantages.
Yeah, I got every black badge that I have in the month of May, I'm going to push them hard because also students will come to the line double plugged and not be able to hear your commands. And it's really not fair for the instructor to have to scream all day.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Very cool.
Next product down is the Butler Creek electronic rifle loader. Who put this one in?
I did. I threw it in. It showed up on my Facebook feed. This is getting announced at the NRA show, which is going on now down in Dallas. So I don't know when this is going to hit Canada. However, it is an electric magic box.
It doesn't need to hit Canada. It's $5.
I understand. Look, okay, but even still. So this is an electric magic box that you dump rounds in, put a mag in the bottom, and select the number of rounds that you want inserted in the mag, and it orientates the rounds and shoves them in the mag for you.
Can you select 30 in Canada, and does it just make it happen?
No, that's not how that works. But I just can't imagine that you need to do this. Like, come on.
It'd be great if it was like a drum, but
yeah, I understand. The drums all need a little bit of attention to. You don't just start shoving rounds in the top of them. So, I just don't understand why. But hey, if it makes Butler Creek some money, all the power to them. Yay, capitalism. Yeah. When we talked about the new Magpul bipod that's coming out, there does not appear to be a standard sling swivel attachment option for that. That was a question that showed up.
Screw the sling swivel attachment. What a dumb way to attach a bipod. Imagine, like we've gone this whole time attaching this like thing that takes all this torque on a tiny little piece of steel. What a dumb attachment point.
It's always been very effective.
Always been very effective. You're screwing it on this tiny little thing. Anything that's like not great.
What's that? Apparently, Adriel's not a fan.
It's a bipod. You're not putting a lot of torque on it. It's holding up the front of your gun. If you're putting a bunch of torque on it, you're doing it wrong.
Stupid system. Glad it's dead. Go to Picatinny. Go to the M-Locks. Yes, M-Locks. I love that this thing comes straight with M-Locks. All your AR-15s, any of like the modern forehands are going to come with that kind of thing going on.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't like set your gun up deliberately to use a standard sling swivel. But if your gun does have a standard sling swivel, then you should. That's kind of
like look at some of the varmint rifles that are out there. Like 2 sling swivels up front. Why do you have 2? Well, one's for the bipod. Well, that's a great idea. Why don't we put like another thing that doesn't belong up front instead of using?
We have finally found a go button moment for Adriel. I didn't expect it to be sling swivel studs.
Oh, I'm so glad that Magpul's finally doing something about this. We're paying $100 for something to attach to something that you're supposed to put a string on, a sling.
Yeah.
Anyway,
this is awesome.
Wow. Okay.
I don't like where bipods are at right now. You can get the Atlas ones, which are great, but they're super expensive. Or you can get a Harris bipod, which is like a product of what, the 50s, the 60s, maybe.
Whatever. So
technology, got to march forward. That's old tech. Get it out. Put something better in.
Wow, I don't care enough about bipods to get this wrapped up. We all have different. That's why there's multiple hosts. That's why we have a bunch of different people to get Go Buttony on stuff.
But who hasn't ripped a swing swivel stud out of a stock? Really?
Yeah, no.
Huh?
I have.
Me too.
How? Like, what have you done to rip?
It's a tiny little bolt.
I don't care, but I'm asking a literal question. That's not an answer to my question. What have you done that's caused the sling swivel to rip out of your gun?
I think
abuse, but
the sling got caught on something, and I pulled on the gun, and it pulled
You raged.
Get out of there!
Mongo pull rifle.
I don't know, man. I've seen the amount of tension people put on their slings with their shooting prone. It's a lot more tension than I'll ever put on a bipod by, just setting my gun on it. Like, I don't
imagine. Wait. What if your bipod, it used a slot that was available on your rifle and you could put it at the front or the middle or a little bit closer in? It was more flexible.
I totally get it. But if your stock doesn't have those features,
add them.
Yeah.
Because then you get a piece of rail.
Can you get that done at DC Armory, Trevor?
Yeah. And you can also get pieces of rail that attach to your sling stud. And then you have your bipod onto that.
Oh, that's the solution there. Yes. Put some Picatinny on your sling stud and then solve the problem. Awesome.
That's a thing. I've seen guys make those. Yeah.
Totally. Yep. I have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, wow. Last one here. What have we got? Something about M Carbo.
Yeah, M Carbo's testing out this a new hinge mount for the sub 2000. So there is a swivel mount that's out there that kind of goes on the fore end, like towards the front, and that's more made for like a red dot. They're testing one that has this little Picatinny rail section that just kind of folds flat against the rifle, and then you can fold it up when you want to shoot it. So you can still fold your rifle, but you can run something that's not a red dot or is a red dot or whatever, and is closer to above the receiver rather than above the fore end. So
now, is there sling swivel studs that attach to Picatinny? There is. There is. I actually have one. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Imagine that stupidity, right?
Well, anyway,
that exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
All right.
Hey, Kelly.
Hello?
Yeah.
We should get to the main topic.
Okay. Do we?
Hello,
Ryan. Hey, you're there. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, he's
hello.
Ryan,
are you there?
Ryan.
Okay.
Ryan, what happened?
Welcome to Slamfire Radio.
That's hilarious. I'm making fun of Ryan for being on mute while I'm on mute. Maybe Ryan is trying to figure out the whole mute thing. Wait, what's that little red thing on my circle face?
Good thing you caught that and you didn't tell us that, hey?
I can't help it.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. No, see, I don't know embarrassment.
Okay, now he's muted. That's good. That's a sign. He's alive. He's back.
Oh, see, I don't see the muting on my side. It's a good thing he's paying the bills. Otherwise, I'd say let's cut him and move on.
Kelly, what is with that facial expression?
That's me
going. Popeye.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Never mind.
Oh, I got to get some range time and
no kidding.
Get out and shoot this thing.
You haven't shot it yet?
Nope. Didn't shoot my Shadow 1 either. Just sold it.
I'm getting a hankering for a steel framed competition gun.
So heavy.
As well, you should.
So heavy.
But I think I want something set up for optics. I think I want to go optics.
Well, you could get a Shadow, and Henning is making the best optic mount right now in the industry. The way that it's made, the way that it affixes to the slide, I would definitely recommend. The EGW one is nice. The Henning one is nicer. But they're in such high demand that the back order list is long right now. But if you're not in a huge hurry, that's my suggestion. Go with a Shadow, Brian, and a Henning mount, and then get the Henning mount for whatever RMR you want.
Okay, interesting.
Are you interested in a Shadow?
I know where you can get $100 off just for you.
Yeah, yeah, or anybody else who offers.
I got a deal for you.
DC Armory. Yeah, no, this is something I'm thinking about for like next season.
Now, in your game, is there any rules around that, or
nope?
No rules. Hey guys, Ryan, it looks like we'll have to get him on Skype, so we'll have to hang up here and then head over there.
Okay.
Live listeners, sorry we got to cut you loose a little bit early today, but thank you for coming out and check us out next week.
Sorry about that.
Later.